Okay, this is the Singapore PSLE curriculum. Okay, and its today's objectives will be just to give you a brief overview of the curriculum. All right, so we've had a show of hands of who is joining, who teaches the curriculum. As for myself, I'm actually an English teacher. All right, more of an English expert. My name is Michelle. I'm from the Digital Forest of Tutopiya. All right. Yes. Okay. And we begin with a little bit of a PSLE trivia. Okay. Now let's see how much you know about the curriculum, right? Okay. All right. The first question. How many years old must you be to sit for the curriculum? Can I have a show of hands? How old must you be before you can sit for the curriculum? Anyone can answer. Yes. All right. Okay. All right.
Okay, we got the answers.
Okay.
10,
All
16.
yes.
So as of
Okay.
now, we got two answers, 10 and 16.
Okay. 10, 16.
We got 12.
All right.
We got 12 also.
What other? Yeah. Okay. 10, 16. Anyone else? If not, we'll go on. Yes.
12. 12.
Yeah. Yes, it has to be 12. All right. 12 years old in order to sit for the PSLE curriculum. Yeah. All right.
Yes.
Correct. Yes. Those who say 12, you have it. Yeah. All right. Now, okay. Marks of the beginning or end of secondary school. Everybody. Beginning, end, middle. Anyone? Actually, okay, as for the prior question, those who said 14, you're not far off the mark. Because there are students who are delayed for various reasons, and they do sit for the curriculum a little bit longer. Okay. Now, marks the beginning or end of secondary school. It's the end of primary school, correct? The PSLE exam consists of how many subjects?
The answer is in your last question.
Oh, okay. I'm so sorry about that. Yes, it is. Okay, 4 subjects. Okay. So 4 subjects. Yes, correct. 4. Yeah. Okay. So, and can anyone name the subjects? Can anyone name? Okay. Yes. English, math, science, mother tongue. All right. Okay. So let's go on. Okay. About the curriculum. Yeah, we constantly check. Yes. All right. Okay, there are 50 odd slides here, so I'll just give you a brief overview of each. And I can't go into the details because this is only a short half-hour session. All right. But I will, okay, go through the headings. All right. All right. So, for English language, all right, those who teach English language, these are the components. All right. All right. Okay. Now, for those who teach maths, I saw a few hands earlier just now. All right. What topics are not tested? Okay. Just for a little bit of humor. Okay, so what's not tested here? Anybody? Anyone teaching maths? I don't think the little dot being tested properly. All right. So anyone teaching maths? Okay. No one answers yes. Obviously, number 3 is not being tested. But the Pythagoras theorem is not being tested either. Okay, the way things are being solved, I think those who teach maths you understand. You're not too, yeah. Okay, it requires compound drawings. Okay, so that's not being tested in that way. All right. Okay. Next.
Mitchell, what is this? The topic are not tested. What does it mean?
Oh, it means what is not tested in the mathematics curriculum.
Okay.
Yeah. Yes. What's not tested in them? It's just to see how well you know the subject area. So for those of you who teach mathematics, especially, what's not being tested in the curriculum? Does anyone have any idea?
Here tested means the thing which we don't have that.
Yeah. Yes, the topics that are not being tested for the examination. Pythagoras, yes. All right, Humera, you are absolutely correct. Pythagoras is not being tested. All right, as I said, it's because actually you're not supposed to. A 12-year-old, Pythagoras theorem isn't tested until the O levels. Okay, so a 12-year-old cannot use that to solve problems. But that is not say the level of problem solving doesn't match that. It's quite a high level for those who teach mathematics. I think you will understand. Yeah. Okay. So the Pythagoras theorem isn't used. Okay, isn't used to solve the problems, but okay, non-algebraic methods such as compound drawings are used to explain mathematical concepts to students, and students are told to draw these, to illustrate these in their answers. Yes. Okay. All right. I'm not a maths expert, so do correct me if I'm wrong. All right. Okay, now this is the format of the maths exam. Okay, you can see this for yourself. All right. All right. These are downloadable. All right, and the topics being tested are so. All right. As I said, you got algebra, fractions. All right. Decimals, percentage, ratio, rate. Okay. All right. Don't worry if this is fast because all these are downloadable. Okay. Length, time. All right. All right. Area, volume of cuboid. Cuboid. All right. So math, geometry, and finding unknown angles. So all these are there. Statistics, you have pie charts, data analysis. Now we go on to science. Now again, what are the topics tested for science? Anyone can I have a show of hands? This one is what are the topics being tested?
Decimal, Mitchell, decimal.
For science. Yes, I'm now at science.
For science,
Yes. Science. Anyone? Any science teacher here? Science. Anyone? Science? Anyone familiar with the science syllabus? Yes? No? If not, these are the topics. Huh? Okay, I'll just give you a sample of what is being tested. All right. Here, diversity. Now, And of course, astronomy, forces. Okay. All right. Okay. All right. And more details here. Give me a second. Okay. The examination format is as follows. We've got two booklets A, booklets B. Okay. 30 booklet A, 30 questions, and it's a MCQ. 56 marks in total. Booklet B, we got 44 marks. Okay. So for those, if you're taking a trial session in science and you're asked to explain the exam format, you've got this to help you, right? At least you know what it is. Okay. The components for those who are taking science will be diversity. Okay. Diversity, including the diversity of materials as well. All right. Cycles. Okay, cycles including the life cycle of animals. Okay, this one is always a very hot topic. The life cycle of animals and plants, photosynthesis, and so on. Okay, plants, humans, identifying organs of the respiratory human systems like the respiratory, excretory, circulatory systems. All right, and a cell. Okay, yes, right. Electrical systems as well. Okay, forces and different types of forces. Okay, a big part of the PSLE curriculum is actually the environment. Okay, now the goal of the science curriculum will be to get pupils engaged with matters to do with the environment, such as climate change, unfavorability of the environment, adaptation, solar energy, and what man's impact on the environment is. All right. So is the goal will be to make the children conscious of what is of the environment and so on. Okay. Energy. And energy conversion. All right. Okay. For those of us who are teaching mother tongue, all right. Okay. Now, which of these is not a mother tongue subject? Okay, tested at the PSLE level. Okay. We've got Chinese, Malay, Tamil, Singlish. Okay. Obviously, the fourth is not being tested. All right. All right. Carry on. All right. Okay. The goal is the goal of the mother tongue curriculum, seriously now, is that is to be bilingual. All right. So the children at PSLE level are asked to are supposed to be bilingual in both English and a mother tongue. Okay, be it Chinese, Malay, or Tamil. Now, the reason I put that little joke in there is because more often than not, the teachers on both sides of the curriculum, whether it's English or one of the mother tongue languages, we often have a problem with students mixing their languages. And so, well, there are situations where sentences don't conjugate properly. Yeah. Okay. All right. Okay, we have Chinese. All right. The objectives are such. Okay, this is the format for second language, and you will find that this is pretty uniform throughout, whether you are doing a Malay, Chinese, or Tamil. Okay, let me just go back for a sec. Okay, this format is quite uniform throughout. Okay, whether it's bilingual, okay, all right, or whether it's a Tamil, Malay, or Chinese. Okay, so the format is there in front of you. Again, if you do have a trial where you have to explain this format to parents, you can refer to this. Let me take a minute to explain the new PSLE scoring system to you. Okay, all right. Okay. Can I have a show of hands? Like who as to who are you how many of us are aware of the new PSLE scoring system? As in how students are scored. This was altered like just 2 years ago, I believe. All right. How many of us are aware of this? No? Okay. So I'll just present this. Okay, I need to discuss this because those who are teaching it, okay, or you have to teach math or any of the subjects, in fact, you have to be aware. Now, previously, in previous years, everything was banded. Okay, you can see it was a 5-mark range. Okay, A, B, C, D, E. All right. Okay, 91 to 100. Okay, now grades are in a matter of numbers, numerals. Okay, and broken down even further into 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Okay, so the mark range is quite close, if you notice. Okay, and it also means that the examination is now quite competitive. All right, okay. All right, now the PSLE best practices. All right, okay. Okay, for those of us who are teaching students, and parents always ask, what can my child do, okay, to make his learning, to facilitate his learning. All right. Okay. Now, first of all, let me ask you, what are your suggestions? How many of you can volunteer? What has worked for you and your pupils? Can I have 1 or 2 hands? Very quiet. Hi. Hi. Anybody? Any suggestion? No.
No, sir.
Okay, you can share it in the chat. You can share it in the chat. Any suggestions as to how you can facilitate your child's learning? Any offering? No. Okay, that's not matter. Okay, if you are a little shy, that's okay. It's understandable. All right. Okay. First of all, the best practices for PSLE, of course, is to start early. Okay, right from the get-go, even before, for those who are in primary 5, 11 years old, you will find them starting their study habits early, such as revision early, and creating study plans early as well. Okay, all right. For those who are visual learners, okay, visual aids can be very helpful. Okay, for myself in English, okay, when I teach English, all right, I use a technique known as storyboarding. All right, storyboarding means to draw the plot of the story instead of just merely writing it. This works especially well for students who are not so facilitators with writing. Okay, it gives them an idea of at least how the story should flow before they write it, and it will then be easier for them to help to make their words flow from then on. Okay, the next point will be to practice exam conditions. Now, this is what you call time practice. Okay, parents at home, I think, should be a little bit more conscious of parents at home should be a bit more conscious of timing the curriculum, all right, when they of timing their curriculum when they timing their children when it comes to, well, not just tests but doing homework as well. Like if they are supposed to write an essay in half an hour, do so within half an hour. You know, get the discipline to sit down and do it within that half hour. Time practice is important because you find that in exam conditions, the time limit is rather short. Yeah. Okay. In test and exam conditions, or as a matter of fact, in any condition. Okay. Time limit is short. So it's wise to practice exam conditions when doing a test, and also to encourage a balanced lifestyle. Okay. For those taking other curriculums as well, but be it GCE, O level, ICGSE, any curriculum, okay, have a balance between your activities, whether take a break whenever there's a need to, all right, and get back to it a bit later. All right. Okay. If I have been too fast in presenting anything, are there any questions for me?
Nothing from my side.
Yes, anybody? Yes, Claudia.
What is the difference between the Singapore curriculum and the English curriculum? Is it the
Singapore PSLE curriculum and the English curriculum as in O levels? Which
No,
which are you referring?
in primary, because they call it stats in England. So what's the difference? Is it similar?
Okay, it may not be similar. It's not similar. Okay, it consists of what you call it's tailored specifically for Singapore students. Okay, their needs being continuous writing. All right, so they are supposed to write a composition, okay, within a matter of 15 minutes. Okay, 50, not 15. All right. They are supposed to write a letter, okay, or an email. Okay, the letter writing skills have to be developed. Okay, to develop letter writing skills, this is done within a similar length of time, 15 to 20 minutes. Okay, that is paper
Can I just
one.
ask you, can I ask you something? When you said letter writing skills, is it to do with
Yes.
a business letter or a letter to a friend, or is it a business letter?
At primary school level, it will be a letter to a friend.
Right.
More a letter to a friend, or an eyewitness report that is to be written to the principal.
Right.
An eyewitness report that's written to a principal. Now, as for continuous writing, the composition, you verge into topics like a brave act, an honest act, okay, a misunderstanding, okay, simple topics like this that will test a child's range of vocabulary, good phrases, and verbs and so on. Yes.
Right. So what about things like the grammar? Would it be
That is under language use. If you saw my slides, that's under language use.
Yeah.
And what now? Let me just do a reverse. Sorry about that, Claudia, because I have quite a number of slides here. Yeah.
Okay, no problem. Because you did have it up for the English, but it wasn't for very long.
Okay, sure. Hang on. Are you teaching PSLE English by any chance?
At the moment, I am, because I live in England, I am teaching, yes, I am teaching that, but not Singapore, but English, according
I
to the
see.
English
Okay.
system. That's why I'm asking the question.
Why? What is the comparison? I mean, you're seeing what you're trying to establish the difference there. Yeah.
That's right.
Okay. Okay, hang on. Okay, there's a little bit of a jam here. All right, there you
It's
go.
not a problem. It can be, yeah, it can be emailed to me. I wouldn't mind if it was emailed to me.
Okay,
That's the English
continuous.
language exam.
Yeah,
Yeah.
it consists of the continuous writing. Okay, all right, which is what I was saying. That is the composition element. All right. Okay, when they write on things like an unforgettable experience, a misunderstanding, an honest act.
Right.
These children are 12 years old, so the topics delved into won't be that deep. Okay, all right, and situational writing. All right, okay, a letter to a friend. Okay, it can include a letter to a teacher as well. For example, if we saw an accident in the canteen, and that would be formal. They are supposed to distinguish the levels of formality in writing. Okay. We call it PAC down here as in purpose, audience, context, and tone. Okay. So yeah. Okay. Purpose, audience, context, tone. So they are supposed to know what the level of formality is. Yes. Okay. Right. The students have to be able to know when to use a formal tone and when to use a less formal tone with friends. Yeah. Okay. As for your grammar question, it comes under paper 2.
Yes,
That's
I can see
in
that.
fact, yeah, it's a very big component. In fact, all right. There's a 10-mark MCQ question section. Okay, a 10-mark MCQ section, as well as a grammar clues, as in fill in the blanks.
Yeah.
Okay, so grammar is tested. Vocabulary is very much tested. Again, two vocabulary clues and vocabulary MCQ, multiple choice, yes. And a comprehension clues that will test your use of language, the child's use of language. Okay, in addition to that, there's also listening.
Yeah.
Okay, all right, listening comprehension. The trouble with this is that as tutors, we don't have as much accessibility to resources as a trained teacher in school would have. But we try our best to help the children, right?
Yeah.
And oral communication, we can definitely do. There's a lot of that out there.
Oh, right.
Okay,
Yeah, because I'm fortunate at the moment. I have I teach a year 6 group in England, and I've got the format has been ready sent to me, what they require of them to do their stats or SATs. I never can say that properly, but I based on the pupil that I have or the student that I have at the moment. A lot of the information is based on what I get from the English curriculum, and I'm very fortunate with that aspect. So I can even do the listening comprehension with him. And that's
is
an
it
issue. I can do that.
Do you draw similarities between our curriculum and stats?
Well, I don't know your curriculum yet. That's why I was asking what is the difference. You see, I'm trying to find out what's the difference. So I'm making sure that whatever information I have, it can relate to what the student will do in Singapore. That's because I don't know. I've only just joined, so I don't know the difference between the Singapore and that. So now that I have the English one, I can make a comparison and then I can draw whatever from the English to help them with
I
the
think
Singapore one.
I think the skills taught would be relatively similar. Essay writing, letter
Yes.
writing, grammar, vocabulary, all would be there. So I think you
Okay.
can, I think there wouldn't be much of a variation with that. I think you can also use some of the resources for letter writing, and I have the Tutopia has a whole it has some English language resources that I have helped to contribute to as well. They are inside the platform. Yeah. Okay.
Yeah, I mean, I have been trying very hard to access the resources, but I was told it's still being under development at the moment. So I'm waiting to be able to access that from the platform, because what I can access from the platform is to do with the GCSE. But for
Primary
primary,
school, not yet. But you can.
okay,
There's a good source for going to that. You can. A lot of assessment books are available online or at the popular bookstore. Popular bookstore, lots. So it caters a lot for the primary school curriculum. So
okay,
you can use some of those first, especially, or you can.
okay,
I can help you out later as well. No problem.
okay.
All right.
Thank
Yeah.
you. Thank
Yeah.
you.
Yeah. All right. Any other questions? Yes. Pertaining to the other subjects as well. I am not an expert on Chinese and all that, but you can you can ask any other questions. Yeah. No. Pertaining to the other subject.
Is it possible for you to show the mathematics slides one more time?
Oh, of course. Hang on. Happy to oblige. Mathematics, yeah. Here you go. Hang on a sec. A little bit of a lag here. Okay, I'm hang on. There you go. This is the format. Okay, the format is such. Okay, right. Have a good look.
Yes, okay, good.
Yeah. Usually, there are quite the mathematics is one of the most challenging examinations a child can face in the PSLE examination. Of all the 4 subjects, I think this is quite challenging, especially the structured long answer. Those who teach maths will understand. Yeah. Okay. And then okay, the subjects being tested, if you're not familiar.
Can you show me that what are the topics will be checked on the test?
Sure. Hang on, let me just get that. Whole numbers. All right. Okay. Okay, multiplication of whole numbers. All right. In other words, arithmetic. All right. Algebra. But do note that the algebra here, I think for those will be able to answer this better than I can actually, because I am not a maths teacher. But I can tell you that algebraic concepts are not so some are not applied in the structured questions where they have to do compound equations and so on. All right. Okay. They do linear expressions by substitution. In other words, simultaneous equations, but they are supposed to, but being youngsters, they are taught to express it a little bit differently. All right, at this level, until they are more familiar, and then they do a full scale algebra. Fractions. Okay. Yes, they do the full scale of fractions like improper whole numbers. Okay. Multiplying fractions. Okay. Decimals. All right. Percentage. Ratio. Rate. Length. All this will be available to you all. It's downloadable. Time. Area. Volume. Geometry. Okay. Finding unknown angles. Pie charts. Data analysis. Now, area and perimeter, let me just go back for a second. Area and perimeter, just to answer your question. This includes the perimeter circle. So pi is taught at this level, of course. All right. Equals to 3.14. All right. Okay. All right. Okay. Yes. Anyone else? Can you show me the slides about mathematics one more time? Okay. All right.
Thank you so much. Thank you so much.
No problem. Please download these if they are helpful to you. You can keep a copy for yourself. All right. Anyone else? Science, mother tongue? I'm not a subject expert in this area, but I can provide you with the overview information here, at least. All right. Anybody? Okay. All right. No other questions? All right. Kamashki, I guess there are no other questions. Is it okay to end the meeting?
Yes, Michelle. Thank you so much, team, for
Yeah.
joining the session.
Okay, it was a pleasure presenting to all of you. I hope it has been useful. Yeah.
We shall be sharing the resources so that you all can have a look for yourself and have it handy.
Yes. These resources will be shared to everyone, right? Downloadable. The slides are for everybody.
Yes.
Yeah. Yeah. No problem.
Thank you.
Yeah. Any other questions? No? Okay. All right. Okay, not we I think I guess we can end. Yeah. Okay.
Okay, thank you. Bye, everyone. Bye.
Bye, Claudia.
Bye-bye.
Bye.
Thanks, Michelle.
Oh, no problem. Was it okay?
Yeah, absolutely.
What did it do? Oh.
Any questions, Pankaj?
No, thank you.
Trust in